So we've got more evolutions in Radioactive Precision and Radioactive Dynamo. This is going to give us an increase, I think of what, plus 16 on both, I'm pretty sure? I think so. But anyway, well, let's have a look and see what we get from it. So the max overall is 74. We have 80 pace, 64 shooting, 78 dribbling, 79 physical. Must not be a centre mid, so it could be everything else. Perfect. I will have a look through the whole kind of evolution list to see what they actually get. Just on the base of what we can see, we get a double playstyle plus on technical and first touch. So in terms of who would I want that for? I don't know if I'd want that for a winger. Technical is kind of... I'm not a big fan of technical. I think it's a decent one, but it's definitely not my favourite. I wouldn't want it on a centre mid, really. The first touch, definitely. Skill move +4. We don't get no weak foot. The other one is going to be... What do we get? Incisive pass and intercept. Ooh, please tell me it could be a DM. Position must be a centre mid, so it can be a DM or a centre mid. That's not bad at all. Max overall 74, 80 pace, 82 physical. So I'm guessing there is somebody out there that most definitely has got the perfect ones. Have I got anybody in my list then? Let's have a look, see what it does to somebody. So we'll go... Well, you can go max 80 pace, can you then? Let's see if we've got anybody with 80 pace. We're going down a little bit. Let's just go with that 72. No, we've got 78 pace there. We'll go with a 78 pace. Let's see where we end up. 78. So they get a +10 on the pace. It's not bad. For dribbling and physical. So. Oh, no, they do get. Oh, okay. Hold on. Wait, what?
If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders.
Oh, so they only go... Oh, okay. Excuse me. I was thinking that. I was like, but they don't get much defending. But I suppose what they would do is they'd get a little bit of defending, but I'm choosing a cam. Makes more sense. So let's have a look at somebody like this. Set 84, okay, that makes more sense. I was going to say, I was like, how has he still got 55 defending? I mean, it's not the greatest upgrade. It's a decent double play style plus. It's free. Technically, if you really wanted to, you have to play 2, 3, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 matches in total with the minimum to get a 90. I mean, it's going to be a great fodder option at a minimum. Same with this one, I could imagine. Literally exactly the same. So 18 matches. It is a shame that we can't do dual evolutions yet, so we can't do 2 at the same time. I mean, I don't get why we can't, especially at this point in the game. How many people are going to be putting in 18 games to get both of these done? I mean, naturally, as you kind of play, you could, but I mean, I've got to start with him as a 74, so I'm not going to take it online. I just don't get that point, to be honest. This is where an Evo mode would actually be really good in friendlies. At least then you're not going against absolute sweats. So let's have a look over at Footbin to see what do we actually get them for both of them and see if there is a standout option. So if we go both, +16 on both, my maths was right. 10 pace, 15 shooting, 13 on the passing, 14 dribbling, 10 defending, 12 physical. Plus you get the weak foot there. The other side is 12 pace, 13 passing, dribbling 16, 8 defending, 10 physical, 15 shooting, and you get the skills instead. Okay, so let's have a look and see if there's options. To be honest, when I'm looking at this sort of evolution, what I'm thinking is I'm looking for either a past and present team, looking for my team, or maybe a league, a specific league if you're building one. I don't think there's going to be a player that is going to be worth putting in and he's going to be better than what we've already got. These are just, I think, your club or nation. If you don't necessarily follow a club and you have a specific nation, then this is going to be perfect for that. Terms of the options then. So a winger probably would be the better shout, I would imagine, in this. Where on earth is he? So it's the Radioactive Dynamo. So we end up with 86 pace, 87, 82, 93, 63 and 83. Doesn't get, I guess, a 14 on the composure, but it's already low enough. This is where the issue kind of really has with it, because that isn't better than most. Like I'd be interested, in fact. So if we go take can we can't even no, we can't. Can we compare? We can compare. Oh, perfect. So, for instance, if we are looking, what I want to see is someone like Politano, 90 rated as well. Obviously, we get the 5-star skills. This one, IU only has the 3-star weak foot. You could probably find somebody on that same level with a 4-star weak foot a minimum. Politano with the 4-4. You've then got, the pace. He's got more shooting. He's got more passing. He's got more dribbling. They're very similar. What does the composure come down to? We got 87 here, 83 there, so that's going to be a big one. Physicality, I'm not too fussed. Plus then, Trivella, you only get 1 playstyle plus. But to be honest, if you don't like the technical, and maybe the first touch is always nice, it's a great thing to have, but it's not like an absolute game changer. I just think when you've got a card that's coming in at 34,000, I don't have to play 9 matches to get him done. That is where trying to put the meta in it is going to be very difficult. So I would suggest trying to go for your team. So for instance, say I was looking for this and I just wanted to go for a Man U player. Very easy to find. I can put these 3 in. So I can go with a Mainu. I could start his journey off again. Maybe, I don't even know, the 3-star, 2-star, I don't know which version I actually want. But I could do that. I could go with the 78 here. Obviously he's had loads before, so that is more than fun. If we even got it in here. Okay, so he's got that many, he can't even do it. But that's the sort of way I would personally do it, just because it makes a lot more sense. None of these cards are really going to get into the main team. It just isn't happening. You could pick any position. You go left mid, you've got a Coman, you've got a Candreva up front. If you look in cheap options, there's, especially with the Ultimate Birthday and Fantasy, there is so many now high-rated players that would take over this. So if we just even look at the first week, for instance, so say if we go down to the list of fodder that we've got, you try and choose a left back, it isn't happening. You go into kind of your wingers. Felipe Anderson's got a 5-4 or a 4-5, great pace and dribbling. Maybe, yes, there might be a little bit of shooting that they take out. He's got the flair and pinged pass, which again is pretty much the same sort of usefulness of the other double play star plus. We have Palinha, 5-star, 4-star, 19,000 coins. The big thing for something like this is the matches played. We don't need 9 matches played for an evolution that isn't going to really help the team. And this is where the evolutions will fall down, trying to get bronze and silvers up to the top level, because it isn't going to work. What you could do with this is, it's great fodder option if you really wanted to, because I'd just pick a 74, go and put him in the evolution, maybe do it. Half of the time I'll probably put him in the evolution and just end up leaving it. But you could just go and do the evolution, get a 90 rated card, give it up for fodder, because it's just not going to actually help anything, really. And that is the brutal truth of it. They're not. None of these cards are getting into a main team at all. If you was going for a club, I think that is a little bit different then, because at least, even though they may not get into your main team, they could get into at least something. They'll get into at least your kind of past and present team. To be honest, even then it might not, because if we look at a Man U team, we have literally got so many centre mids as well. So like Jones is the only one we can go in the other one. So that's going to be, it's not even going to show up, is it? So it'd be like a 16. So we're looking at a, oh no, is this? Yeah, it is 16. 74. Oh, of course. Ignore me. So you're looking at what, 84? It's not going to be worth it, unfortunately. So you might as well go with that 74 and just get the 90 rated card. So if I was to go and say Prem, because that's probably going to be the best place for silvers, if you are looking for anybody potential, you'll more than likely want to go with the 74 and go for the most amount of pace you could possibly find. So realistically in this, you're a good shout. Ooh, okay. There's another 79 pace, so that's as close as we're going to get to the max. He isn't quite in that 74, but 79 or 72, it's going to be the best shout that you've got. Can he... Oh, okay, we got it here. Bit perfect. So 90 pace, at least that's something. 81 defending. I mean, you're going to have to go with Shadow, 88. It doesn't look terrible. Composure's at 85. Good agility, good balance. It's whether... Oh, if we've got the Welcome to Evolution in there, you're not going to get the Welcome to Evolution. So even then, that's going to be 1 dropped on all of them stats that he's got extra. He'd have a 5-star weak foot, which is always nice as well. But I really stand by it that it comes to it that these are just not going to be main team players, unfortunately. It's nice, and don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely buzzing that they do these evolutions as well to try, because if you've got a player that fits into it perfectly, like if we went for say we go for something like a Wolves or something. I'm trying to think who's got like a decent amount of silvers. I mean, we've got a few. I suppose it would really base yourself on what silvers you've actually got. You could potentially do it. There has been quite a lot, so to be honest, with the birthday magic, there's probably a lot less options that you could do, but I think that's going to be the best shout. I don't know if we'll have the popular evolutions on it just yet. It's probably a little bit too early. The one thing I would suggest is, could we have a look at FootWiz to see... No popular evolutions. So we've got 90 rated. Ooh, okay. There's a couple of nice ones, to be fair. 92, 91, 94. I mean, there is some gems there, at least. What was his name? I want to see the actual in-games. He's M-I-K-A. M-I-K-A. There's going to be loads, isn't there? Let's just... Oh, fantastic. Okay, I found him, but I can't see his evolution. What was he in? He was in the Dynamo. Yeah, Dynamo. It's got to be a centre mid. So then I want to search for Evolved. Will that work? It will, but is it going to narrow it down anymore? He was... Let's go for Legible. Oh, it's not going to evolve him, is it? Because I was going to say, I think he's Georgian. There we go. Can I evolve that now? These menus drive me absolutely nuts. Can I go show all players then? It doesn't let me filter it either. No, it's not. I'm not going to find him, am I? It's going to be absolutely... There's going to be so many that you could choose. He's just not going to be there. Let's go back to FootWiz then. Let's try and reload this page because it doesn't like it in the slightest. So we've got the 5-star skills. I wonder... Oh, could I go... I could go by nation here, surely. That should work. And then... Where's the search button? Oh, apply filters. There we go. Okay. And he is... It was in Mets, was he? Ah, perfect. Right, so... And then let's click in. Let's see what we got in games. Because the 3-star weak foot is not going to be the prettiest in the world. What do we got? 89 composure, 99 agility... I mean, that's not terrible. Like, it could potentially. Went with a hunter. I mean, that's definitely one of the better options that we've seen. I think that could be something you could use. But again, he's not going to take Mbappe out, Eusebio, Cruyff, Arnott. Like, he's not going to take out any of them. So it's going to be an objective teams, an evolution team, and that's where the evolution mastery would really come into hand, where you have to have, by now, 11 evolution players. I think that could have been a good game mode they could add. They could definitely still add it, and I just think you could have progressed. I think Nepenthe said the best thing about it, where you have it at the start of the game, potentially all the evolutions are done in it. I know... It's nice to be able to do evolutions in Rivals, Champs, because some of them are just play 4 matches and you've got it done. But with this one, you could then start with, you've got to have 1 evolution in your team, because that's pretty easy to do at the start of the game. Then a month later, it's 2, and it just keeps ramping up until the point where you've got to have 11. Then, for instance, right now, technically we should be able to have a full squad. We should have the full 16, so then people are not benching players. Maybe you then go to have... I don't even know how you'd actually stop the kind of benching, because that's the problem to start with, is you'd get a main team out, you'd then just bench that evolution player if he doesn't need to score. Once you get to the 16, you've got a full evolution team, so it's just then down to who have you evolved. Is it going to be good enough? I think that would be a really good game mode, especially for these other objectives of evolutions that I'm not going to put an evolution player of 74 in a Champs Division 1, Elite Division, Champs, in squad battles on World Class. It just isn't going to happen. So it's almost forcing you to play them on Semi-Pro, and then when you get to the free Rivals or Champs, you just subbing them out straight away. So it really doesn't matter. You just do one squad battle win, you then get the 3 goals or 3 assists, then for the other 2 matches you've got to do on Rivals, then all you do is you just swap him out. There you go, and it's done. So it's not really finishing the objective in a fluid way. it's where the option could be for the friendlies. But whether they do that or not, still 2 decent ones you can get for fodder at the very minimum. There's going to be some players that maybe you want to do, but I think for me, none of these would really get into the team. Let me know down below, though, if you've done anybody. And the question is, what's your highest rated Evo that you've got? And then if you want to check out the videos on the top screen, make sure you do. And let me know in the comments that you've come from this one. Peace.